This is Deadman323 bringing you another video review, and this time I have here Transformers Prime Beast Hunter's Laserback. Now here for his beast mode, he transforms into a dragon, which I must say is a pretty nice looking dragon. I grew up during the Beast Wars era, and I must say that those figures, a lot of them were pretty crappy. How do I know this? It was because my parents always bought me those crappy figures. I wasn't able to get like the good ones. But I mean, as far as this one goes, I think they've engineered them way better than they did back then. And I'll show that off once I get them into robot mode, so you can see the differences, and I'll show you. But so far right here in this beast mode, I have two complaints. One would be the head. The only way to get a really nice look of it without him looking like straight down would be just crouching him down like this. I would like to pose him like just standing on all four legs straight up, but it just doesn't look nice with his head just pointing down. It does give him a mean stance, but another thing you could do is just take out the missile from here in the back. If you remove the missile and his head goes a little bit inwards, not much of a difference, but it's there just in case. And the other thing would be his tail. I wish that it had a way that you could just like, it had a hinge here or something, so you could bring it down so it won't be so far up. But the way that I have him sitting down, it kind of brings it down. If you have him straight up, he'll be like this. He'll be just like way up in the air. But that's my only complaints about it in his beast mode. Other than that, it's just a beautiful looking dragon. In my opinion, the decals are spot on. You have some shiny gold here, or metallic gold, metallic green to go with his eyes. Then you have the yellow, the purple, some black here, and if you can see that on his foot, he has brown spots. Make it look like dirt or something. So it's pretty cool. Now for his gimmick here in his dragon mode, what you can do is just lift up his whole back, and this thing just lifts up like that, and that's initially where the missile goes, and you can have him fire out his missile from his back. But that's pretty much all to do here in his beast mode. And for a quick comparison here, I'll put him next to the Beast Hunter's Wheeljack. I mean, you can't compare a beast to a car, but just within the line, you can get an idea of how these things go. Also, we can't really tell how show accurate this is, him being all huge and this guy just being a little car like that. But I mean, until the show airs, then I guess we'll see, or until we see some official pictures. But yeah, as far as his beast mode, that's it. To transform him into his robot mode, what you want to do is take off the tail here first, just by putting it down, and it just pegs into there. Lift up the back. You have the option of removing the missile or just leaving it there. I just would rather remove it just to make things easier. You could just leave that there. You're gonna lift the tail up, and then you're just gonna extend his legs all the way out as far as you can, just like that. Same thing on the other side, just extend it out all the way. And then here in the middle, this thing will peg in there, just like that. So now up here, that's basically his legs are already done. That's it. So up here, you're just gonna open the chest up like that. Now the dragon head, what you want to do is you're gonna fold it down. Also, I forgot about the little piece comes down also too. Then you're just gonna bring it down in there, fold this back up, and you're gonna close this thing back up just like that. Now for his hands, you're just gonna take them out of here just like that, So just gonna bring it out. Same thing on the other side. Just fold the paw like that, I guess, and just bring that out. Fold the hands like this. Rotate them. And then this part here in the head, you're just gonna bring this back. And I guess you could fold these back. This will be just your preference if you want it up, just like that, or just backwards. I like to have them back so you could see more of the robot and it won't like be in the way. And that's pretty much it for here in the back. Just make sure you bring this up. I'm sorry, just bring this up and just push the tail end, and there you have Laserback in his robot mode. Now remember I said that the Beast Wars toys always had something wrong with them, and the way that they make this better is that, well, at least for most part of the original Beast Wars line, something was in the way that made the figure like look ugly. Either, for example, this tail would have just been there just like that, and you wouldn't have been able to remove it, or his whole arm would just be like the tail part or something. It was always in the way. This, I mean, just looks good coming from a beast mode to a robot. Everything falls into place beautifully. Like I said, I was never a big Beast Wars fan, but this looks good. I'm actually looking forward to the rest of the Beast toys. But as you can see, a beautiful looking robot mode. I mean, paint scheme, there's not much that changed from the transformation. I mean, you can see a little bit more gold here in the chest. As far as weapon, you could have him hold his tail here in his hand, and that they call it his whip. And here on the other hand, you can have him hold his missile. And technically, this thing splits apart. This whole top part is all rubber, so you just split it apart, just like that, and you just make him hold it. And there you have him with his missile and his whip. Now, I'm usually not a fan of the weapons that they give with these guys recently, because they don't really fit with them, or they're all huge, especially with the RID line. But in this case, this doesn't look that bad. I do like his missile better than the whip, but there's really no way, there's no place to store the whip. That's another problem. I mean, you could probably peg it here and just have it just like that in the back. And if you display it straight up, you won't be able to tell, but it's gonna be there. That's one storing option for that. And I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna leave them like that, because I do like the launcher. It looks pretty cool with him. Now, for comparison, I never got a chance to actually buy a Thundertron, so I don't have one. So here I'll put him next to Megatron. Let's fix that up real quick. Now, yeah, we don't know how Megatron's gonna look in the show, so I'm not sure if this will fit in perfectly. But I mean, in my display, they don't look that bad. Like I said, I am looking forward to owning more of the Predacons. That way I have a really nice set of Autobots, Decepticons, and Predacons. So my final thoughts on this figure really come down to two. Basically like a split decision type of thing. One, if you like the Beast War era, if you like the Beast War figures, you're gonna love this guy. He's, in my opinion, like very, very well done. The mode is amazing for what it is, converting to robot to dragon. Just love it. And for those that didn't like the Beast War era figures, if you got some of the crappy figures like I did most of the time, I would recommend that you pick this guy up and give it a try. He's one of, as far for now, I haven't messed with Thundertron, so I don't know how good he is, but for a deluxe size figure, this guy is amazing.